we're going to turn these into these. So let's head out to the kitchen and get started. Before we get started cutting the tomatoes, I want to talk a little bit about the variety of tomato that I'm using. You'll notice these tomatoes aren't round. These are called Roma tomatoes. I grow them from seed. You can use round tomatoes, you can use any kind of tomato. These tomatoes are my favorite choice because they're not as wet and juicy as other tomatoes. These are typically used for making sauce or tomato paste. So, first step we've got to do is cut these. I've used a half cut previously. This year I've gone to quarter cut. Once you've cut them into quarter size pieces, you want to place them on your pan that you're going to be putting into the oven, or in this case for me, I'm going to be using my toaster oven because I make these in small batches continually throughout the season as the tomatoes ripen. And the preferred pan that I use is this one, and it has the holes in it, you'll notice, because it allows for better air circulation. I'm hoping they dry out faster, and also the holes are not too big, so it will not let the sun-dried shrink and fall through to the bottom of the toaster. You can also use a big broil pan like this, or a cookie sheet if you're using your regular oven. So I'm just going to place these on here like so, try to squeeze as many on as I can, and I will finish cutting the rest of the tomatoes and fill up this pan. And the next step will be to go to the toaster oven and put them in. Now that these tomatoes are cut, I'm going to put them in the toaster oven. Experiment I'm trying this time is the top rack. It's the first time I've done that. Usually I've just put them on the regular center rack. I'm going to set the oven for 200 degrees, and I'm going to set the timer for as long as it'll go for this toaster oven, which is 90 minutes. That's not even close to how long it's going to take, so I'm going to have to keep coming in every so often and turning it back on and resetting the timer. It's a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to be home, so I'm going to just check on throughout the day, continue to add time to the timer until they're done. So we'll check on these a bit later. Okay, I put these in yesterday at 2:30 in the afternoon, and they were cooking at 200 degrees all day long. And I just got up this morning, I put them in for a little while, and I'm going to check them. And some of these are definitely done. There's some little crispy ones here like this. It's got kind of a leathery texture to it. It's kind of what you're looking for. So that one's definitely done. This little guy is pretty leathery. Some of these still are kind of juicy. Like if we look at this one, it's still kind of soft. Now I could still use that as is because I'm going to be freezing these. I really can't tell you how long it takes because it varies depending on how many you're cooking, the oven, and the consistency that you like them. I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag to put them in the freezer for future use.